Okay, well this is going to be one of my first project videos in a while of something that I've made. If you've already watched the Rocket League video that my husband and I put out this morning, then you would have seen this, but the lighting was terrible, so I told him I would, re-record this, and I've been meaning to do this for you guys anyway. So this is a project that I recently finished, and I'm rather proud of it. This is a case for a Nintendo Switch, and I made it because we couldn't find one in the store. They were sold out, and he wanted to take it to work, and he didn't have a way of keeping the buttons from getting punched all the time, so I was like, it's okay, I'll make you a case. So that's what I did. So here's the front, and here is the back. And that's just kind of like his little signature symbol, and so whenever I make him something, I put that on it for him. Just kind of personalize it. It's got a handle on it, the zipper zips up all the way around, except I have it unzipped because I'd have to do this one-handed. Okay. So if you'll notice, there's kind of this is just smooth textured, but it's got a little bit of a pattern on it, and I thought that was kind of neat. And even if it doesn't look like it in the lighting, all of this is just flat black. In some lighting, it's almost all exactly the same color black. Yes, there are different colors of black, but I chose this time of day to do this so that you guys could actually see the contrast. This is actually hand embroidered because I don't have an embroidery machine, and I kind of like doing it by hand anyway. But this is just the little Switch logo, and I put like padding underneath it so it was like squishy. Okay, so moving on to the inside. This is the part that actually holds the Switch. It's elastic, and it has a Velcro closure at the top so you can get your Switch in there. And it has little pieces that kind of hold the corners in place because there was plenty of padding toward the top and the bottom, but there was less toward the sides, so this is actually Michael's idea to have just kind of like a raised section to hold the Switch in place to keep it from sliding from left to right. Which, this is tight enough that it keeps that from happening anyway, but like if you were to drop the case, we wanted it to make sure it was safe. So yeah, so that's that section. And then there's this flap in the middle that has spaces for all the games. You can see where I was penciling marks in there trying to figure out where to sew it, but yeah, so this has spaces for games, and that's made out of elastic too. And then there's this section that's, for cords and whatnots. I actually got some cords. Cords and whatnots, and it's just like that mesh that's on backpacks and things. So that's like what it consists of. And one thing that I'm really proud of with this particular case is that it's a strange thing to be proud of, but a lot of the materials cost me almost nothing, because especially pretty much all the inside bits. So this is foam material that's got a solid black on one side and just foam on the other side. This material I got from Dollar Tree. I bought some cheap cases that were for like an iPad or something, and all it consisted of was this foam. I couldn't find this foam at Joann Fabrics because I was trying to just purchase some like off of a roll, and they did not offer it because I know Hancock sold it, but they went out of business, so I can't get it there anymore. So I ended up just buying a cheap case and kind of cannibalizing it and turning it into this, parts of this case. And this has stiffening on the inside. It's actually quite stiff. And that was a chopped up dish drying rack, also from Dollar Tree, because I couldn't find just a sturdy piece of plastic that I could put in there. I didn't want to use cardboard because cardboard is prone to getting bends in it, and then it's less structurally sound, and so I wanted plastic. And so I found it was essentially just a solid flat piece of plastic with some holes in it. It was meant for a drying rack, but I just kind of used it for stiffening. And all this stuff around the outside of like this and on all the other parts is from those cases that I took apart, those iPad cases or whatever they were supposed to be. And bought the elastic from the store, bought the zipper from the store, but this piece here, I couldn't find any of this mesh at Joann Fabrics either, and so I just cut this off of a backpack because the backpack wasn't being used, and I was like, that's the color I need, it's the size I need, I'll just repurpose it. And so that's what I did there. And I did the same thing with the handle, because you can buy this. It's just since I was already cutting apart the backpack, I figured I might as well just go ahead and take another thing for free. And so I went ahead and just cut off the handle, and they had like some ugly yellow stitches going along it that the stitches themselves were ugly. So I took those out and sewed it in black so that it would match everything else. And yeah, the outer, this material here is actually from pillowcases, because I couldn't find fabric that had an interesting design but was still black, which I thought was unusual because a lot of times you can find black in all textures, but it just, I don't know, maybe it's the wrong time of year. Maybe I'd have better luck looking in winter when everybody wants to wear black. I have no idea. But I found pillowcases that had kind of that neat look to them, and so I went ahead and just bought those, and those were pretty cheap too. So yeah, that's the whole thing. So hope you guys thought that was interesting, and it was a fun project to do, and I enjoyed it, and hopefully you enjoyed seeing all this. So I'll try to keep you up to date with what projects that I'm doing, and we'll just see how it goes. Bye.